Hi, Lady Adey here at Geeky Teas and Games in Burbank, California, here to do some pretzel hammer with the new Dominion box. But first, let's take a look at the shop. Follow me. Forward Star Trek bar. We also have the Stranger Things wall right here if you want to talk to the Upside Down. We also have a Dalek here if you're a Doctor Who fan, as well as lots of tea accessories and the amazing wall of Geeky Teas. We have like Princess Peach tea. We got some spice melange there for your favorite Dune. And let's take a look at the holodeck to see what's inside. I wonder. Oh, it's Ross!
Hey. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Hey, I'm kind of in the middle of something right now.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, you could totally game in here if you'd like. $5 cover charge, no big. And speaking of Warhammer, follow me. There is a big selection of Warhammer here. Got lots of Underworld's warbands. My personal favorite, the Soulblight Gravelords. I actually just got Lady Annika here, so yeah, lots of Warhammer. There's also this big wall of Dungeons and Dragons minis, board games galore, as you can see. And now, let's take a look at the Dominion box with Ross. All right, let's take a look at this box.
If I can even pick it up.
Oh my god. I'll help you with that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
thank you.
Okay. So, here's the Dominion box.
Wow, it's huger than I was picturing in my head.
Yeah, it is. But I will say there's some very cool artwork on the back.
Yeah.
Showcases the entire army and with really cool theatrical fog.
Ooh, yeah, gotta have fog. We should have a fog machine in here.
If you don't have theatrical fog on your gaming table, are you even gaming?
Well, it looks awesome. Does it smell awesome? Does it taste awesome? Those are the real important things.
Let's find out. Plastic.
It honestly smells kind of like cinnamon. I don't know if you picked that up.
Yeah, it does have a light aroma of cinnamon.
Maybe that's just the red. Anyway, we should open it up and actually take a look at the miniatures that are in it. Because that's the cool stuff, not just the box.
Yes.
Here, Excalibur.
Oh, wow. All right.
That actually had a very cinematic unsheathing sound.
It did.
Wow.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
So when you open it, you'll actually see some limited edition artwork, which is honestly frameable.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I mean, it's always awesome to see like brand new artwork being made for like new releases.
Yes.
This is the two new factions,
Mm-hmm.
two new factions.
Yep.
We've got the new Stormcast chamber, the new Stormcast guys and ladies, and we've got the Cruel Boys.
There's some the Hobgobbos as well.
That's cruel spelled with a Krule, by the way.
Boys.
Make sure to spell it correctly incorrect.
Which are, I think, more cunning orcs than brutal, if I was getting that correct.
Right.
Yeah, they're more cunning.
They're still going to punch you in the face.
Yes.
With various sharp things, but in a tricky way.
Okay, so sprues on sprues on sprues.
Wow, yeah. I don't know if you can see into this from there, but it's just a sea of delicious gray plastic.
Which we're going to assemble in 5 seconds. Are we doing it?
Are we doing that?
Are we doing Okay.
Okay. I am more of an orc man myself, but these new Stormcast models are looking pretty awesome.
They are. Indeed.
They've got new shields. They've got a big banner here. Because a lot of people would always say that the Stormcast aren't like super detailed or whatever because they look kind of flat or whatever.
I don't know.
But these ones,
yeah, they're pretty detailed. Like these shields and the flags and stuff. Lots of fine detail on there for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. There's also lots of different head options. I've noticed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's you could just do regular heads. without the helmet, and then there's also the helmet option as well. Lots of amazing, diverse heads as well.
We've
Ladies.
Here's a guy with a beard. We've got lady. We've got different kind of hairstyles going on.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could just don't show them have any faces and go with the stormtrooper approach.
Yes, make them all faceless.
It is important to differentiate that the new Cruel Boys are actually orcs. They're not goblins. So they look kind of goblin-y because they're sneaky and stabby.
And they do have goblin helpers.
Right, which are right here, actually.
Yeah.
Which, these guys are awesome. They have, like, grenades. They have, this guy has a hook for a hand. So I am greatly looking forward to painting some of those hobgobs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here is the winged Valkyrie herself.
Ah, yes.
Yes, look at that. Also a lot bigger than I imagined. However, the wings, I thought would be a bit bigger, honestly. It's big, don't get me wrong. It's definitely
Look
big.
how big this tree stump is. That's huge.
but the tree stump is definitely, like, fantastic here. And they're all, like, pushed together, so you don't have to really glue as much. So it's really nice.
So here's an interesting one. I guess these are technically two separate bits that I could break apart. But here we have... one of the new Stormcast heroes, the one with the Griffhound head. The Griffhound, the good boy. There's a lot of good boys in this box.
Yes, there are.
There's the Nash Tooth. That's a good boy. We've got the Griffhound. We've got the other half of the sprue is the Swamp Kala Shaman.
Oh yeah.
Who also has a little sidekick, the Pot Grot, which is basically like the Samwise Gamgee of goblins. The cook, a sidekick that follows you around with a pot and makes food.
So cute. There's also the Stab Grot, which is... Oh, wait. I literally have the Stab Grot in my hand. How about that? Yeah, he's right here, right? That's the Stab Grot, right?
Love him.
He's so cute. His thing is he basically runs up behind you and stabs you in the back while you're being stabbed from the front. How orcish is that?
Yes. The ultimate orc strategy is stab you from two different directions at once. Crossbows, which
Crossbow boys.
From what I've seen and heard, these guys are not too, like, bad at aiming, actually, considering that they're orcs. Usually back to the stormtrooper comparison.
Yeah.
Usually they're pretty bad at aiming, but
well, they usually don't have a lot of ranged orcs. Like this is like a rare occurrence for orcs to have
a new and amazing discovery that you can stab people at range.
Yes. So this is the big old book.
Yeah. So honestly, one of the main reasons to get this box set is just because of this awesome core book. Because this is you can download the rules for free, but this has a ton of stuff in it. I'm pretty sure that we can take a look at.
Yes, and I will open it now with the X-Acto knife. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Let's take a look. I will say that the artwork is fantastic. Like,
here, let me move this over here for a second. And you can put that down in the middle.
That's what probably makes this the best, is the artwork. And this looks like a chaos, looks like a squig.
Yeah, it's just a chaos blob.
It's just a chaos blob.
It's grossing me out, actually. Let's go to the next page. I don't want to look at this anymore. Yeah. Whether you know the lore already or you don't know anything about the lore, this book has got you covered. Because they explain the entire history of the Age of Sigmar universe. They explain what's going on specifically in this edition, and they explain all the... Well, I assume they explain all the factions. We're going to get to that. But more artwork, more... Oh, look, here's this thing again.
And this is this. This, you get to see this again.
Realms of War. Welcome to Age of Sigmar. Oh, thank you. Glad to be here.
So cool.
Choosing a faction. That's always good to read. Mm-hmm. I think we both already have our chosen factions for our main army. What do you...
Yes.
You are...
Death.
Soulblight
Gravelords.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more of a punch you in the face ogre mall tribes.
Oh, they get the gods.
Oh, yeah. So
there's a god page.
If you don't know about the Chaos Gods, or if you're maybe a 40k player, the Chaos Gods kind of exist there too. But this here we have a little explanation about the big villain, evil deities from Age of Sigmar.
So this book, it's great because not only will it help you play Dominion, just from a more like role play point of view, But it also helps you just with all of the Age of Sigmar armies in general.
Right.
What this reminds me of, if anybody's a Dungeons and Dragons fan, this actually kind of reminds me of those big, like, Dungeons and Dragons books that you get that explain, like, all the different characters, the different cities. I guess, like, their equivalent of a battle tome.
Right.
Kind of. It kind of reminds me of that. So, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, it's a good gateway drug into this.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, we've got order, we've got chaos, we've got death, and we've got destruction. So all of the armies that you picked fall into one of those grand alliances.
Right.
And that kind of determines what who your faction is friendly with, what their main goal is.
Allies.
Right.
And stuff.
Who you can have in your army. And so the two factions that come with the Dominion box are, one is destruction. The orcs obviously love to break things. Don't like seeing big shiny cities. They want to rip those down just because, well, mostly out of spite, really. But,
yeah.
And then, naturally, the Stormcast Eternals are the paragons of order.
Oh, yes.
They're the most ordery.
Narrative play, yeah?
Yeah, this is what I'm most interested in. I think we both are, yeah. Yes. So, yeah, what's the difference between narrative play and just, like, playing a game?
So I think what they're trying to achieve here, if I may posit a guess, is they're trying to make it a bit more RPG-esque.
That is probably a good way to put it.
Yeah. So like instead of just like, here, let me roll this dice and just kind of like count how many times I do damage on you, which is fine, obviously, but I think the narrative play is trying to make it more a bit collaborative or storytelling based, that kind of stuff. So
yeah, but they have this thing called the Path to Glory campaign, which is, it's a campaign where you like start your army small and you have a specific hero, and you play against other players in real life, of course. You know, I guess you could technically play a single player game if you have 2 armies worth of units by yourself, but it's more fun to play against.
Where's the fun in that?
Right.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if you ever played like Age of Empires or something, where you start with this like itty bitty plot of land and then you can build this giant empire, basically.
So right here, there's a few steps. It's like pick a faction in a realm, so you can even pick like my armies from the realm of death, even though that they're not undead, like they just hang out there, or whatever. Choose starting size and territories, so you can, you know, start with a small force and that's only like a leader and a few troops, and work your way up from there. And then you just build from there, basically. The cool thing I read was that you can actually just abandon the quest if you don't want to play it anymore. Like, you're not beholden to finish the quest. Right. It's a narrative thing, so it's not like you're getting a reward for beating it. You're just playing the story, developing the story forward. And plus you can pick quests that kind of fit your army, where like, if you want your general to be like, you know, a conniving, sneaky person, then you maybe pick quests that are more like stealing an artifact or whatever.
Oh yeah, so I'm excited to actually play this IRL. So
right, and let's take a look at the other stuff that came with. We kind of skipped over this at first, but it is definitely important.
So these are the War Scrolls. For those of you who have played D&D before, this keeps all of your stats. It tells you what kind of weapons you have, any sort of special abilities that you have as well. And they're all on one page. So they got them for the Sigmarites right here, and also for the Cruel Boys. So you can take a look at those. They'll help you in battle.
Precious screws.
Precious, indeed. But I'll talk about, since this is unique, actually, to the Dominion set, this is Yandrasta. She is one of the bosses on the Stormcast side. Unique because she's named. So her whole deal is she's actually one of Sigmar's monster-killing champions, and she has come to take the heads of many a monster. That's her whole shtick. She can fly, so that's fun, because she's got these big old wings. So basically her deal is, if you're around her, you basically add 10 to the number of wounds suffered by those monsters who are in her range. So that's within 3 inches of her. So you're going to have a bad time if you try and get close to her, because she will mess your day up. So yeah, and you want to talk about some of the Cruel Boys are about?
Yeah, so the Cruel Boys side, they don't have a named character like the Stormcast do, but they do have basically two leaders called Killer Bosses. So that's pretty cool though, because you can give them your own name and kind of theme your army around whatever you want to call these two fellas. So one of them is mounted on this big kind of like hyena-looking creature. The other one is on foot, but they both have rules that allow your regular troops to not run away as much, because they all think it's part of the grand scheme that the boss came up with. Whether or not that's true or not, I'm not sure. But and then so the guy that's on the one that's on the big mount is better at charging into stuff, bowling people over, and then the one that's on foot has his little sidekick, the stab grot, who can basically take a bullet for him, or a sword, as it was.
I got you, bro. It's time for some modeling.
Let's see how quickly we can get some of these new models put together.
And go!